Welcome back to This is the Police. We are on day 93. We caught George Sand, I think it was his name was, last time. And we have newspapers here. Dr. Euthanasia should be personal choice. So back to Manuel Torreblanca announced completion of film career. And priest knows prostitution increase. What about these people down here? Does people love us? Yes, they do. So let's go to work. And Khan hasn't come into work today. And Stuart Little hasn't come into work today. And Kuzma hasn't come into work today. And Amos, our house burned down last night and my elderly father was inside. We need somehow to make sense of this. Yes, you can go home. Your father burned down. Moreover, why is people catching fire in this game? We've had 2 children burning and now somebody's father's burned. You drank too much, you can hardly hold it in. Together, can I go home? Yeah, alright, go home, but we're going to take your wares out and fire you. I mean, we're going to fire everyone that doesn't come into work now. That's just a fact. Because if you don't come into work, you're a piece of shit. Like, at least call in sick or something. Let's see here, you got mafia money. Yeah, take everything from myself. Funeral out here. Yep, at attention and all that. She was an honest servant. She was just killed, rather unfortunately. We can, though, go in here and see File. You are fired for being a drunk. Fire regulate, you're done, motherfucker. Anyone else at home today? Yeah, we got well, you're kind of good, though. We got Stuart Little, fire, for didn't come into work. And what else can we do? Well, doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, yeah, they're kind of crap, aren't they? Does that bloke's got long hair? I'm not hiring that. Sorry, that's just not on. We're on A shift, so we need to hire 2 people for A shift. And let's also have a look at our roster to see if it's somewhat reasonable. It's bang on. Look at this. What about the investigators? Also bang on. We're split 50-50. Oh, that's good news at all. We got Belinda Carlisle. And who else? What about him? What do we have in terms of detectives? 100, but he is 150. I mean, you can get... did Amy's... Oh, yeah, she was the one whose father burned. Yeah, okay, we'll leave them for B now. Mars, right. All right, we'll start off nice and gentle, don't we? Several dozen workers have gone on strike over layoffs and wage cuts. For a while, they were expecting someone from the company to negotiate with them, but this never happened. The protesters have armed themselves with improvised weapons and have started to break down the fence. Surely that is technically against some sort of... thing, isn't it, to not negotiate those situations when there is a strike on? I think it is. You can't just give them the cold shoulder. Pretty sure. I don't know, though. I'm not a labour union person. We have a rape on a toilet, which is quite a unique way of describing it. Where have you been raped? A toilet? Well, cheers for that. We know exactly where you are then. Inside a booth of a ladies' public toilet, a woman was overheard holding a man against his will and attempting to blackmail him into having sex. Crystal Harrington only vaguely made out part of their conversation and immediately ran out to find a phone to call the police. So we'll send down a couple of coppers down there and have a bit of a see if there's an actual rape going on. It does sound like it, though. I mean, holding somebody down and trying to blackmail them for sex is not okay. Mass riot, offender, just one offender, presumably offenders, were caught, civilians unharmed, officers unharmed. Everyone got a good one out of that, I think. They really want me to take this mission from God, don't they? They haven't removed it yet, but well, I'm not going to. That's not a police issue. Rape report. The booth are occupied by a couple who were spicing up their relationship with role-playing games and sex in public places. Yet maybe you don't want to have the rape role-playing in a public place. Like, if you want to have that, do it in your own home or somewhere where there's nobody else around. Doing it in public is going to get you charged. Oh, Atticus. So what do you have here? I've got the misfortune of having a family. Oh yes, terribly to hear about that. My daughter is marrying a complete idiot. She is requiring that the wedding take place on the roof of my skyscraper and as soon as possible. But I want to protect my daughter from making the biggest mistake of her life, so I've organised a grand wedding and reception. And I ask you to arrest the groom at the altars on some monstrous charges like child pornography, for example. Better my daughter to survive the horrible moment in shame in front of 100 people than live in shame every day for the rest of her life. I can't really go out and do that. I'm terribly sorry. I can't make up charges of child pornography. What about this? We have something going down today at the port. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We know nothing. We got to do the gang thing. Good thing you did that. So we can go over here and start. Can we investigate? No, we can't, but we can start to investigate you. Let's see here. Martin Sand extorted some money from Jake Pritchard and a big-time loser at the tracks. We can get Marlowe and Wolf on the case. Like we got the goddamn gladiators back on. So can we go in here and see who do we actually have assigned that's working today? Are you working today? Let's see here, detectives. Yes, you are. So I can take down Kojo and put you on the gang. Right, can I not assign a new one on that? Can I not assign a new one? I don't remember who I put as lead. Oh, maybe we just have to wait then. That's alright, I can wait. We have a robbery now at the boutique. Two women tried to quietly pocket some expensive jewellery at the boutique, but the guards saw everything, stopped them, and demanded that they turn out their pockets. One of the women pulled a gun from her purse and began to threaten the store's employee. That's an armed robbery, not just a robbery. We need to prioritise those calls. We'll get Belinda Carlisle, Mr. Spanky, with Cecil and Coachy down there. And now we've got a hostage situation at the registry office. A security guard reports that an armed man wearing a frock coat burst into the registry office. He was dragging a young girl in a white dress behind him and demanded that the staff immediately arrange their marriage. Let's get... Oh, we don't necessarily want to go in with SWAT, do we? That's just a bit of a suspicious individual call, isn't it? They're sort of all rightly spaced out, aren't they? I mean, they're pretty good officers. So, yeah, they should have that sorted away. Extortion has come in here. Oh, that's a Sand one. So we can go in now into investigations, presumably, and see here. Yeah, detectives. We can assign another one. Oh, yeah, I'm a bellend because I just need to find the right one. That's him. We have an update from the hostage situation. The man grips a girl's arm tightly and aims his shotgun at the registry office employee. She says, "I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss a bride. Kiss her, you fool. You there, throw down your weapon or I'll put a hole in your suit. I'll sneak up on the groom and stun him with a nightstick. Let's run keyboard distance." And it did work. Officers unharmed, civilians unharmed, and was the wedding annulled? Well, technically it was under duress, so it wouldn't count, would it? We now have a more serious than thought, requesting reinforcements at the boutique. But it's not that serious, is it? We'll get towed down there. We also have suspicious individual over here. A waitress said that a suspicious-looking man in a rumpled jacket has been sitting at a table for several hours. He didn't order anything. I bought him a coffee and he just sat there staring at me. I'm afraid he's going to watch me until my shift is over. And then the girl stammered, "It's scary to imagine." We can send down 2 coppers, but really, he's probably just a weirdo. Just nothing creepy. Just a weirdo. We now have a Mars riot at Chris G. Sands Ice Arena. Without explanation, Karen Sparkle's manager cancelled the Freebeck sub on the incredibly popular singer's tour. She was originally scheduled to perform in town next month, and incensed fans have gathered at the Ice Arena where the concert was to be held, demanding to speak with Karen immediately. Senior guard Trevor Hernandez sent his men to calm down the crowd, but the guards were severely beaten and the crowd has begun to break open the doors and windows. Didn't she arrive in town yesterday or the day before? I remember that. I will get everyone available down there to a riot, and we'll ignore the port call because that's Chris G. Sand and we don't want to make him suspicious. And our immediate change to completely ignoring everything he does is not at all suspicious either. Robbery call came in here. Let's see. Offender called. Officers were unharmed. Everyone got a boost. The man in question was far from his job today. He was just trying to collect his thoughts and figure out how to get by. Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. Not everyone's a creep. You kind of just got to not assume that. Oh, diggy-doo-doo-doo. Look at this mass riot. Offenders were caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Did we arrest everyone? We need more than one paddy wagon. Smuggling call. Offender escaped. Nobody died. Thank you. Thank you for the money. I need the dollar. What about this here, though? Illegal business activities at the Live Good mini market in the parking lot. Martin Coker, owner of a local grocery store, said that 2 older women were big gym bags hanging around the parking lot selling cigarettes to passer-by. "I can barely make ends meet as it is, and these hucksters are chasing away all my customers." Well, that is indeed against the law, so we'll send down a couple of officers and have a bit of a chat, and hopefully arrest the woman for breaking the law. Breaking the law indeed. Oh, no, we got a terrorist call coming in from the Freeburg Central Railway Station. 2 bearded men came to the train station and began to pay, and then went to different corners of the depot and took off their jackets. Witnesses reported that they were both wearing suicide vests. One of the attackers detonated his vest, but the second man's vest didn't work and he fled into panic into the back rooms of the station. Yeah, this is something we want to send like everyone to. Just straight up terrorism. Just everyone go, go, go. But for some reason we couldn't send everyone. We could just send nearly everyone, which doesn't make sense when it's a terrorism call. Is it kind of serious? What about the illegal business opportunities down here? They were arrested, officers unharmed, and reports come in. Luckett's found nothing. Beasley's found something, and they found something as well. That's alright. Yeah, they are indeed requesting reinforcements down there, and we only have one bloke available, so that'll be Cecil on his way. Our terrorism call cleared, offenders were caught, officers unharmed, and we found some loot. We probably can't sell that, that's probably a bit too high profile indeed. Let's end the day right here. So we want to ask, well, we want to actually now give people a chance to fully rest up, don't we? Everyone's just very tired, so we don't want to ask anyone to stay in tomorrow. We can just end the day right here. It's day 94. Minesweeper, most calls are false alarms. Yeah, I don't know any people who do finish Minesweeper. It's kind of difficult. Moreover, actually, do they mean like those bomb disposal people? Because they're technically called EOD technicians, aren't they? Not Minesweepers. Anyway, Beach to boast new Neptune statue and Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simultaneous games. I'll have to try that third one again because I cocked it up the first time. Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simultaneous games in park. Do people like us? Yes, they do. So we'll go to work. And the guard didn't come into work today. Best didn't come into work today. And Tom, my dog died yesterday. No, you can't. Throw it away. You're too tired. You can hardly walk straight. Yeah, all right. And Gorshkov or Mikhail Gorbachev here. He drank too much. I can't hold it together. Can I go home? Yeah, all right. And oh God, why do you get drunk, you stupid coppers? One might be led to believe that officers have a hard life and that if they get stressed out, they might turn to alcohol. But that doesn't sound like real life at all, does it? No. Anyway, we have a bomb threat at an office building. A bearded man wearing a hood rode a bike into the office building, looked around nervously and walked into the foyer. He quietly placed a black bag behind a pillar and then disappeared. The guard tried to chase the bearded man down but lost him on a crowded street. We'll get J-Dogs, the Vols, and Mr. Spanky down there. Thanks to those people getting drunk in that, we don't really have anyone available today. So what does the job market look like? Let's see here. We just got one officer. And he's really crap, isn't he? Jesus Christ. Maybe we should perhaps go in here. Is it only deputy? I think it might be. No, I don't want to do any of that. I want to close this down, in fact, and go into deputy and, you know, the barbecue. Yeah, I want to buy this for 3,500. Can we send it? We can only send people that are currently actually working. That might be a good idea to do that, you know. We now have an assault. Oh no, we got a bomb threat as well. Yeah, let's have a look here. The building lobby is empty and there's a black bag near one column. Kick the package, completely evacuate the building and carefully take the package and bring it outside the building to the vacant lot. Let's try and evacuate the building. Inside the package, some mechanism spins up and the package starts humming and vibrating. Open the package and try to crush whatever is inside. Make sure that everyone is at a safe distance. Run away from the package as quickly as possible. Let's probably try and keep everyone away. We have a report on the radio that the suspect was spotted in the crowd outside the building. He was smiling, watching the scene, and he sold something that looks like a remote control. Take the suspect from behind. Oh, this is a different game all of a sudden. Threaten him with a pistol and take the remote control. Grab the suspect or throw a tear gas grenade into the crowd. Let's try and grab him. Yes, it worked. Civilians unharmed. We found some explosive. Yeah, we want to bring the explosive to the station. What about the ADW? The reinsurance group of Freiburg reports that several armed men have stormed into their offices and started attacking their employees. One of the men pulled out a gun and a young... sorry about that. I got myself confused. I'll try the sentence once more. One of the men pulled out a gun and told a young employee that he'd kill her unless she returned all his money immediately. Another employee called the police and says the attackers are drunk and can barely stay on their feet. Yeah, they are, damn it, but that's not the point. They're crazy enough to kill someone. Yeah, that does sound about right. Let's send down a couple of officers to have a bit of a look-see about. We now have a suspicious individual at the kindergarten. A cleaning lady called to complain about a suspicious man wandering around near the fence. This weirdo spent the last half hour rubbing against the fence staring at the children. You'd better come and arrest him. Well, certainly we'll go down there and have a bit of a look and see what he's actually up to, because that sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? The ADW call cleared. Let's see here. Offender called. Officers unharmed. Civilians were unharmed. We have a new investigation to start. A missing person called in the suburbs. Judith Morrow reports to the police that her husband Eric has disappeared. She had returned home safely from a business trip hoping to surprise him, but the house had been turned upside down and Eric was nowhere to be found. No one at work has seen him for the past 5 days. We'll get... I mean, they're equally spec'd out, but we'll put Shanow as lead because he's got his 3 chevrons. So Weavers, off they go. And suspicious individual report came in. The man was very drunk and was merely holding onto the fence to keep from falling. Fair enough. I mean, if you got yourself drunk, you got to hold on to something, otherwise you'd fall down and hurt your face. And now we have an unlawful assembly at the bakery. A group of drunken workers gathered at the factory entrance to protest cuts in their shift hours and other privileges. Management at the bread baking plant has ignored their concerns and are calling them in the police to disperse their disgruntled employees. But we're gonna need to get somebody down there, don't we? We'll get those down there. Let's try and keep. Let's just try and split it there so we have 4 people available for calls. That means that we can send out 2 double crew cars, which is what we need. Investigation started and nothing else to get going on really. Well, I say that, but we do have an illegal arms sales in the ghetto. We'll assign SWAT. Mrs. Wright reports that the basement of an abandoned house has become the black market for unregistered weapons. There's no machine guns, but plenty of handguns, and they're selling them to young boys. Yes, I mean children. Can we send down 2 coppers? No, we can't, so we'll have to send down all 4. Jensen, Dixon, Cunnilingus, and David Mitchell. Unlawful assembly call coming in here with a report update. Offenders caught, officers unharmed, so all is well. And they will hopefully be back available for calls soon because we have no one available right now. And we have a shooting at the city centre, that's great. The situation at the shooting is more serious than thought, but we have no one available, so we'll have to just wait. And everyone just cleared themselves there, that's great. Illegal arms sales. Offenders were caught, officers unharmed, non-automatic weapons found. Let's bring them to the cop shop. We can assign officers down here. We can't assign yet. Let's try and hold off and see if SWAT will get back in time. No, SWAT will just miss out on this one. So what do we have? Shooting city centre. 3 men were eating dinner in a small restaurant when 2 attackers opened fire on them from the street. One was killed on the spot. The other 2 hid behind an overturned table and began to return fire. Several more cars pulled up and unarmed men stepped out to join in the shootout. One witness shouted over the phone, "There's a lot of civilians around. A lot of people are injured. Hurry." I mean, this feels like we've already done the report. Like, this is like a small summary of what actually happened. Instead of telling us what the situation currently is, they've told us what exactly happened. So really, that's a bit wrong out here. We'll assign... We'll get everyone down there, really, that we have available. And then the people who will return here in a quick moment will go out to this call here. Well, we'll have to split them. We have a robbery call here. A supermarket cashier saw a young black man in a hood grab an old lady's shopping bags and run away. Are we sure she wasn't just carrying them out to her car or something? But we'll assign 2 officers. What about the attempt at murder? A biker crashed into a truck at an intersection. Some other bikers' friends arrived soon later and pulled out the driver out of the truck. They're getting ready for luncheon, so we'll send out Cunnilingus and David Mitchell. Oh, they're not want to do that. Oh, come on, don't be such pussies. You're inner city police officers. You're not pussies. Meanwhile, we have updates here. De Brito found nothing. We have a shooting call update. Most of the people involved in the firefight have been killed or seriously injured. 2 men on the street continue to shoot at the restaurant. Open fire on the suspects in the street. Storm the restaurant. Order the suspects on the street to surrender. We want them in custody. Officers unharmed. Offenders unharmed. Oh, I sent down a lot of terrible coppers, didn't I? Yeah. That was luck more than anything, I think. No new frames found here. Abduction call. No new frames found. But what about the missing person? 3 new frames found. Alrighty. We're making progress a bit. Let's see here. We've got 2 officers available. Hopefully, please get back in time. Oh, this is tight. No! Yes! You just got to get it right there. So we'll get David Mitchell, Cunnilingus, J-Docs, the Vars, and Mr. Spanky down there. The robbery call, it turned out the old woman knew the young man from the neighbourhood. He's a medical student who lives nearby and was just helping the woman load her groceries into her car. What did I say? What did I say? It wasn't illegal in any way. She's just a racist. And, well, technically she probably voted for Donald Trump, so she should be quite happy now. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? I should be more careful what I say in these things, because technically, I'm recording this a couple of days in advance, so the whole inauguration thing hasn't happened. But it will at this point, so he's now president, which is a terrifying thought. Anyway, situation more serious, the accident out there, assault thing, whatever it was, and we'll send down 2 officers. The day has pretty much finished here. It's just permanently 3 a.m. right now. Always nice when that happens. The attempted murder call came in here. Offenders were caught, officers unharmed, and civilians were unharmed indeed. So let's end the day here. And do we want to ask anyone to stay in? Well, no, we want to try and get everyone to rest up a bit. And it's not really looking good, is it? Everyone's a bit tired.
Who's there? Show yourself or I'll start popping off.
Mr. Boyd, it's me, Mr. Fry.
I don't know any Mr. Fry, and if I did, I wouldn't want him coming around in the middle of the night.
Mr. Boyd, I'm a private detective. I was looking for your wife, Laura.
Right, my wife, Laura. I'm looking for my wife, Laura. Laura Markham Boyd. Right.
You want to throw on a robe, Mr. Boyd?
I'm not cold. So, Laura, what have you learned?
I know where she lives, who she's with. I know what her plans are. To tell the truth, I learned even more than I expected, but I can't tell you anything.
I'll keep a hold of this thing just in case. So, what were you saying?
I said I can't share this information with you, Mr. Boyd. You see, Laura... Well, let's say... Your beloved Laura is with a very wealthy man. I consider myself a good investigator, but he figured out pretty quick that I was onto him. We talked, all 3 of us, me, him, Laura, and, we agreed that I'd stop bothering them, and in return, I'm getting a very good position in the company he owns, Mr. Oh, I almost gave the name away.
You do realize I could shoot you right here.
Well, that would hardly be fair, Mr. Boyd. I might not have come here, you know. But I decided to come clean with you, look you in the eye. I don't want you blaming Emma. She really wanted to help you. Plus, Mr. Boyd, I like you. You're a good chief of police, and I feel bad for you. So I talked to Laura, and she'll call you when she's ready. You just need to wait a little longer, and, well, I'm not taking a penny from you for my services.
Get out. Leave the beer.
But I already drank half of it.
Don't worry, I'm not squeamish. Hey, Fry, take off your shoes.
I'm sorry?
Take off your shoes. Leave them at the door and get out.
But why?
Because when I asked you to leave the beer, it seemed like you didn't really mind. And I want you to mind. And the socks. Fine. Good night.